Welcome back to the KCTV5 Live Desk. I'm Katie Byrd.
And I'm Jiani Navarro. Thanks for joining us.
Kansas City Police Department, is responding to a life-threatening shooting. Jiani, this comes just about 12 hours after a deadly shooting this morning at Kansas City Power and Light. I want you to go ahead and take a look at your screen. This is the most recent footage that we have at Independence Avenue and Brooklyn Avenue. So far, all we know is that there is one victim with life-threatening injuries. This is scene footage that one of our reporters obtained about just an hour ago, Jiani. I mean, this is literally all the information we have, but it comes after 2 people lost their lives in Kansas City's entertainment district. Jiani, what else is there? I mean, I know this is our second time up on the stream today. Yeah. Kansas City is just shocked to hear this news. There are a total of 5 victims in this morning's shooting, Jiani.
Exactly, Katie, like you mentioned. I'm just going to give a rundown of what we know from this investigation. So this happened around the 3:30 to 4 a.m. mark. Early this morning, officers were called to the area of 11th and Grand after reports of a shooting. When they got there, people, or rather they were pointed to the direction of a parking lot near 13th and Grand, and that's kind of where they found an adult male victim with gunshot wounds. Unfortunately, that person did die at the scene. Officers then found four more victims, all suffering from gunshot wounds as well. Now, one adult male had critical injuries, a second adult male had serious injuries, a juvenile male had critical injuries as well, and then an adult female also had non-life-threatening injuries. And then just this morning, Katie, about 6:40 a.m., we were told that one of those males did unfortunately end up dying at the hospital. Now, police believe that all of this happened after an altercation between multiple people that kind of led to shots being fired and victims being hit. I know when our news team was out there this morning, they did see that there were bullet holes in the Grand Apartments as well as the college basketball experience walls. But we did also talk to KCPD. We do have that interview, so we'll go ahead and play that right now for you guys.
So if you could just kind of break down the nuts and bolts for me.
Yeah, so right around 4 a.m., officers were sent to, originally they were sent to 11th and Grand on a reported shooting. When officers arrived, they were directed towards a surface parking lot in the area of 13th and Grand. When they got to that parking lot, they observed several individuals suffering from gunshot wounds. They located an adult male victim suffering from a gunshot wound. That male was ultimately pronounced deceased on scene by KCFD medics. Officers located a total of 4 more victims, 2 adult males. One has critical injuries, one has serious injuries, both from gunshot wounds. There was also a juvenile male located on scene, suffering from critical injuries as a result of a gunshot wound. An additional female was located. She has non-life-threatening injuries from a gunshot wound at this time. Some preliminary info. There was an altercation between multiple people in this parking lot that led to shots being fired. We don't know what that altercation was over. We don't know what led up to it. But what we do know is there were a lot of shots fired and multiple people were struck and someone lost their life here tonight.
Seems kind of senseless.
Yeah, I don't know much of, if anything, that is worth pulling a firearm out and shooting someone over. Whether it's an argument, a disagreement, whatever it might be, nothing is worth someone losing their life over. And now all these people have been shot. It doesn't just affect the victims directly involved. An entire community can feel those effects.
So a total of 5 people, one of those deceased. No idea what started it. I imagine you guys are going to be out here for a while, and that Grand's probably going to be blocked off.
Yeah, we'll have this shut down well through the morning. It's just after 6 now. I anticipate several hours. Our detectives and crime scene, they'll be going through the physical evidence. We know this is downtown. There's a lot of surveillance. So we're hoping to find some surveillance that gives us a better picture of what happened here tonight.
Anything that I'm leaving out, Bill?
If anyone knows anything, anyone saw anything, anyone heard anything, anyone learns of any information, please call the TIPS hotline, call KCPD. Any bit of information can lead to bringing the person responsible for this to justice.
And nuts and bolts piece of it, it happened in this parking lot here, this surface parking lot right
Correct.
here. Is this parking lot part of an apartment complex? Is it part of the Grand Apartments? Or is it just a pay-as-you-go kind of lot?
I know it's a paid lot. I'm not sure who owns or operates the lot.
If you're just now joining us, that was Sergeant Philip D. Martino with the media unit of the Kansas City Police Department. He spoke with us, just hours after this deadly shooting in the Power and Light District. Jiani, and more recently, our reporter Ryan Hennessy, he spoke with a representative, a councilman who actually represents this district. I'm going to go ahead and play it next. This is Crispin Rea. He said that this is just a heartbreaking tragedy and change does need to happen.
I never like waking up Sunday morning to news of another multiple shooting or multiple homicide. This one happened in my district. It happened downtown in an area that we've been trying to work to improve, and so it's frustrating.
Yeah. What do you think maybe the steps to take on this? Obviously there is a curfew to try to prevent juveniles from being out a certain time when juveniles critically injured from this. It happened in a parking lot. Is there something maybe we can do to make parking lots safer downtown? Because I don't know, what are some possible solutions to this?
Yeah. There's no single silver bullet. There never is with preventing homicides and violent crime. It's going to take effort from everyone, from parents making sure their juveniles aren't out after 4 a.m. because nothing good happens 4 a.m. Property owners securing their properties and making sure that they're playing their role because the police can't patrol everywhere. And then, of course, at the city, we've got to continue to work with the police department to make sure that we're putting programs and policies in place. There's no one single individual. There's no one program that's going to fix it. It's going to take all of us.
The amount of we were out here just a couple weeks ago. You and I talking about this. It was a domestic violence. Is kind of what you said. We've seen too many of these. But honestly, Kansas City's seen a lot of murders this year, where the rest of the country has kind of been on decline as far as their murder rates. We're basically staying the same as last year. I mean, any thoughts on that? I mean, I guess it's better that we're not going the other direction, but I don't really know. We're not in a great place, I guess.
Yeah, our homicide level is tracking with last year's, which was down 25% from the year before, but it ain't low enough, and it never will be. Any homicide that happens is a tragedy. But as long as we continue to have 100 plus, triple-digit homicides, we're never going to have the city that we want to have, and so we have to continue to work.
Yeah. Last thing, you have kind of valuable perspective, where not everybody else has. You've actually done some of these ride-alongs with the police officers for overnight operations. How does the police keep us safe over the weekends? Because things shut down. It's not like they're. How does it kind of look as far as what they're doing? Is there something that they should be doing better, or is what does it kind of look like, the overnight operation?
Yeah. Well, so yeah, I did a number of ride-alongs with the police department. This was mainly part of our street enforcement, street racing enforcement efforts. Generally, there are many officers out. They're strategically patrolling. They're working together in coordination with the helicopter flying above. It's all been fairly effective, and we've still had some issues come up here and there, but overall, this summer has not been like last summer. This is a homicide that happened on private property at 4 a.m. and so it's a little different in that, police department is not going to patrol everyone's private property, and so that is where we need property owners to work with us to resolve some of these things. And I think everyone takes this seriously. We know how this not only hurts families that are impacted by violent homicides, but how it impacts the neighborhoods where it happens, how it impacts downtown and folks who want to live downtown, and how we want to make downtown a vibrant community. And so everyone, I think, should be willing to come to the table and work on this. I'll add one more thing, if that's okay.
Oh, yeah, please.
Yeah. You know, I'm trying to learn more about the homicide and the facts, but what I can say is I hope that whoever is responsible is caught and held accountable to the fullest extent of the law.
And Katie, I know this shooting's kind of different because it did happen on a parking lot, which is owned by someone else, they were saying. But I think because it is so close, or it's inside the entertainment district, Power and Light, I mean, I've been there. I know you've been there. A lot of people have been there, young kids to older adults. Everyone kind of enjoys that area, from concerts to dinners and just all sorts of outings, especially the T-Mobile Center being there as well.
100%.
So I think when I first heard about this shooting, any shooting in Kansas City is unacceptable. But I think when I heard about this one being so close proximity to, you know, the areas that people hang around, it was kind of shocking to me. And 100%. You said you were actually there last
night. I was
night.
driving through, picking up a friend about 2 hours before this shooting, literally past that same parking lot. And I can tell you, just from what I saw, there were hundreds of people gathered, hanging out, just enjoying a Saturday night with friends. Lots of young crowds out. I mean, Jiani, there was a live band playing just hours before this happened. And to think, you know, the entertainment district, T-Mobile Center, has almost weekly concerts, it seems like. And there's hot country nights every Thursday at Power and Light. I mean, there are lots of young college age people in their 20s. And one of the shooting victims was actually a juvenile. So to think that, you know, it's just such a tragic event, and especially in an area that is so populated. And along with this, residents actually heard the gunfire. One of our photographers this morning spoke with a resident who said he heard over 150 gunshots. It woke him up out of a sleep. He said other residents of the 3-light apartment were just wanting to see what was going on. They saw the tragedy unfolding, along with first responders coming to help save these victims. I want to go ahead and play this interview now.
Richard, last name is Ruiz, Richard, Ruiz.
And you said you live in 3-light.
Yes, sir, I live at 3-light.
You just look at me. I guess it was an early morning for you.
Yeah, it was like 4 a.m.
What'd you hear?
So, man, it was like at least minimum 150 gunshots, if not more.
Yeah, I counted myself at least 50 evidence markers.
Yeah.
How far up do you live?
I live on the 19th floor.
Yeah, that's a lot of noise.
Yeah, it is. It wasn't just me. I mean, I could see all type of lights that were coming on. People were just waking up, going to their balcony to see what's going on.
When you hear something like this happening down here, what runs through your mind?
I mean, honestly, it just seems like it's a common occurrence nowadays. It just happens all the time. So it's just more like, what happened, really?
Is it frustrating?
I mean, yeah, it's very frustrating, especially, you know, when we live in a luxury area. We pay a lot of money to live here, and then it's just like every weekend you hear people, you know, gunshots and all kind of crazy stuff going on down here.
It doesn't seem to make much sense, does it?
No, it really doesn't. Just feel like people can't contain themselves.
You said you've pretty much lived in Kansas City your whole life.
Yep.
Have you seen, has this change gotten better, worse over your lifetime?
I feel like it's gotten worse. Just every year, it's just more and more.
And I'm sorry, so just to have you kind of walk me through your morning. So what you heard, what woke you up?
Honestly, I heard a big crowd of people, and kind of sounded like people were arguing or something like that. It was super loud, and then just hear a bunch of gunshots after that.
That's pretty amazing. I mean, was your balcony door open or something?
No, it was closed. I was actually in bed. Yeah, it was closed. I was in bed, and just heard everything. So people were screaming, it was just super loud, and then from there just heard a bunch of gunshots. Heard cars trying to get out of the parking lot. So I got up, went to the balcony, I seen cars screeching out of here, cop cars pulling up, ambulance.
Welcome back to the KCTV5 Live Desk. I'm Katie Byrd. Jiani Navarro, who was previously hosting this with me, has gone to go get ready for your 10 o'clock news this evening. If you're just now joining us, you just heard a witness account of the Power and Light District shooting that happened at around 3:30 a.m. this morning. 2 men died as a result of that shooting. There are 3 more victims on top of that, including a woman, a juvenile boy, and another man. We do have some people asking in the comments about the more recent shooting, so I want to go ahead and give you an update on this one. If you take a look at your screen, this is near Independence and Brooklyn Avenues. You know, just this evening, the Kansas City Police Department responded to a shooting in this area. This is the most recent footage we have from the scene. Upon arrivals, officials found 1 victim with life-threatening injuries, and this is an ongoing investigation. We do not have much information, but we did want to share with you what we know so far. Again, this has been a dangerous weekend in Kansas City. The Kansas City Police Department has responded to multiple shootings, and before we go, I do want to go ahead and direct you to the KCTV5 website. That is where you can find the latest updates in each and every one of these shootings. Go ahead and take a look at your screen. This is where you'll find the latest updates in the Power and Light District area shooting this morning, and on this same website you'll find updates as we gain more information in the Independence and Brooklyn Avenue area shooting. Now, before you go, I just want to leave you with some footage of the Power and Light District area shooting this morning. Take a look.